Academic classes. Multiple choice question and answer.
Cambium activity is A. More active towards the periphery of stem. B. More active towards the lateral sides of stem. C. More active towards the inner side of stem. D. Same on the both sides. Cambium is a type of A. Apical meristem. B. Intercalary meristem. C. Lateral meristem. D. Permanent of mature meristem. Pith is a central part of the ground tissues generally made up of A. Parenchyma. B. Collenchyma. C. Sclerenchyma. D. Sclerenchyma. Interfascicular cambium is found A. Between pith and vascular bundle. B. Between two vascular bundles. C. In the vascular bundle. D. Outside the bundle. Meristematic tissue are A. Premature having ability of division. B. Mature does not have ability of division. C. Premature not having ability of division. D. Complex differentiating in xylem, phloem and cambium. Cork is used as the stopper for bottles, for shock absorption and insulation because of A. It is light and compressible. B. Non-reactive. C. Sufficiently resistant to fire. D. All of the above. Medullary rays are formed by the A. Radially placed parenchymatous cells between vascular bundles. B. Longitudinally placed parenchymatous cells between vascular bundles. C. Laterally placed parenchymatous cells between vascular bundles. D. Obliquely placed parenchymatous cells between vascular bundles. The jute fibers anatomically are A. Bast fibers. B. Cortical fibers. C. Xylem fibers. D. Pith fibers. The merismatic tissue responsible for the cutting of vascular tissue, xylem and phloem, is called A. Cork cambium. B. Vascular cambium. C. Lateral meristem. D. Endodermis.
The innermost layer of cortex is called A. Epidermis. B. Casparian strips. C. Endodermis. D. Pericycle. Amphistematic leaf is A. Dicotyledonous leaf. B. Monocotyledonous leaf. C. Both A and B. D. None of these. Which is not a characteristic of plant cell walls? A. Found only in the sporophyte phase of life cycle. B. Among other compounds, contains compounds built of simple sugars. C. May contain enzymes that are biologically active. D. Often contain strengthening polymers. The ring arrangement of vascular bundle is the characteristic feature of A. Dicot root. B. Monocot root. C. Monocot stem. D. Dicot stem. Primary meristem is A. Apical meristem. B. Intercalary meristem. C. Root apical meristem and shoot apical meristem. D. Both A and B. Examples for lateral meristems are A. Phellogen and procambium. B. Fascicular cambium and procambium. C. Procambium and dermatogen. D. Fascicular cambium and cork cambium. Medullary or pith ray is the A. Radial strip of parenchyma which is present between vascular bundles. B. Radial strip of collenchyma which is present between vascular bundles. C. Radial strip of sclerenchyma which is present between vascular bundles. D. The another name of steel. Which of the function in the given options does not belongs to the monocot root? A. Conduction of water from the root hairs to the inner tissue. B. Storage of food. C. The outermost layer or layers of the cortex produce protective exodermis in the older roots. D. Presence of secondary growth. Conjoint vascular bundles are common in A. Roots. B. Stems. C. Leaves. D. Both B and C. Periderm is produced from A. Cork cambium. B. Procambium. C. Secondary cortex. D. Vascular cambium. In stem, the xylem is A. Exarch. B. Mesarch. C. Endarch. D. All of these. Root apical meristem is derived from the A. Plumeal part of embryo. B. Scutellum part of embryo. C. Radical part of embryo. D. Endosperm part of embryo. The growth of root and stem in length with the help of apical meristem is called A. Apart from primary growth, most dicotyledonous plant exhibit an increase in girth, called B. Choose the correct combination of A, B, and C in respect to the above paragraph. A. Primary growth, B. Secondary growth. B. Secondary growth, B. Primary growth. C. Secondary growth, B. Tertiary growth. D. Primary growth, B. Tertiary growth. Which of the following statement is correct? A. Study of the internal structure is called anatomy. B. Plants have cells as the basic unit cells, are organized into tissues. C. Tissues are organized into organs. D. All of the above. In monocotyledonous stem, the vascular bundles are A. Conjoint and open. B. Conjoint and closed. C. Scattered throughout the ground tissue. D. Both B and C. Select the wrong statements. 1. Primary and secondary phloem gets crushed during secondary growth. 2. During secondary growth, primary xylem remains more or less intact. A. 1 is correct and 2 is incorrect. B. 2 is correct and 1 is incorrect. C. Both are incorrect. D. Both are correct. GH Shull observed inbreeding depression in a plant. Miller and Letham isolated a hormone from the immature seeds of that plant. Which of the following characters is not associated with the plant? A. Tactostelic condition in stem. B. Bundle sheath in leaf. C. Chromosomal number of endospermous cell is 30. D. Medulla absent in the root. The position of protoxylem in leaf is A. Adaxial, B. Abaxial, C. Surrounded by metaxylem, D. Lateral. The inner, darker and harder portion of secondary xylem that cannot conduct water, in an older dicot stem is called A. Alburnum, B. Bast, C. Wood, D. Duramen. The cells arranged in multiple layers between the epidermis and pericycle is called A. Pith, B. Stele, C. Medullary rays, D. Cortex. Hardness of seed coats is due to the presence of A. Sclerenchymatous fibers, B. Scleriids, C. Bast, D. Stone cells. Epidermis is derived from A. Cambium, B. Primary xylem, C. Secondary xylem, D. Protoderm. The activity of cambium in plants is under the control of A. Many physiological factors, B. Many environmental factors, C. Only water availability, D. Both A and B. Initiation of lateral roots and vascular cambium during secondary growth organs occurs due to activity of A. Endodermis, B. Pericycle, C. Casparian strip, D. Periderm. Vascular bundles, in which xylem and phloem occur as separate bundles, are known as A. Collateral, B. Bicollateral, C. Radial, D. Amphivocal. In old trees, the greater part of secondary xylem is dark brown due to the A. Deposition of inorganic material, B. Deposition of organic material, C. Activity of cambium, D. Activity of secondary xylem. Conjunctive tissue is made up of A. Parenchymatous cells, i.e. in between the xylem and phloem, B. Sclerenchymatous cells, i.e. in between the xylem and phloem, C. Collenchymatous cells, i.e. in between the xylem and phloem, D. Merismatic cells, i.e. in between the xylem and phloem. Early wood is formed in dicot plant during A. Spring season, B. Winter season, C. Autumn season, D. Summer season. The meristem, which is particularly present in the mature regions of roots and shoots and produce woody axis and appear later than the primary meristem, is called A. Secondary meristem, B. Intercalary meristem, C. Apical meristem, D. Tertiary meristem.